this has been a good experience. So I have been coming to these congresses and speaking at these conferences right from, I think, the first Project Management Congress. And it has been a pleasure. So today I'm going to present now project management in 5G. We are all familiar with 4G, 3G, 2G. You have it on your mobile phones. What's coming next is 5G. So how is that going to change the life of project managers all over the world? Now, as a university, we got the 5G test bed, the first university in the UK to get the 5G test bed. And what we are trying to do is we are trying to explore how far can we exploit 5G to better manage construction projects or any kind of infrastructure projects. So this is a completely new research, and this is the first time I'm presenting the results, or at least the concept of this research. So when I got the invitation to come and speak at this Congress, I thought, well, this would be an appropriate place to talk about the latest in project management technology. Now, if you look at the history, in early 1900s, somebody asked John Rockefeller, how do you get rich? How do people get rich? So John Rockefeller said, you have to do three things to become rich. You have to wake up very early in the morning, you have to work till very late, and you have to find oil. Okay? So that was how you could become rich in early 1900s. So then came Henry Ford. He started the manufacturing revolution, and people started getting rich by manufacturing. Now, then came, in 70s and 80s, came Bill Gates and Steve Jobs that brought in the IT revolution. The next revolution is the telecommunication revolution. That is where we are heading. And whatever we do in the future has to be guided by telecom revolution. So 5G is the next step in telecom technology that we have at the moment. I'm sure there is somebody already thinking about 6G, but it is not technically proven yet. So what is 5G? You all have mobile phones, you all have 4Gs. So 5G is going to have 100 times faster data rates. It will have very less latency, and I'm going to explain all of that very shortly. We will have energy savings. It would be cheaper to run those networks. So I'm sure if there is somebody from Etisalat, they will tell me that the data rates will go down. Probably not. Okay. And then there is, system capacity would be a lot higher. So imagine it's a pipeline and you just expanded the diameter of the pipeline. And the possibility of connecting multiple devices would go up. So if you think about, how fast 5G is, 3G, which came in 2001, and, by 2003, 2004, most of the phones had 3G. It was 384 kilobytes per second. That was the capacity of 3G. Your 4G capacity was 100 megabytes per second, which came, 3-4 years ago. Your 5G is going to be 100 times faster than your current data rate. So it's going to transfer data 100 times faster than what you have. And hopefully, by 2020, companies all over the world would have launched it. So by December 2020, we all should have 5G mobile phones. So if you think about how telecom has progressed, we had 1G. This was early 80s when we used to have the first generation mobile phones that used to look like a brick, almost this big. 2G came in 1991. Again, it was a digital network. Phones started getting smaller. 3G came in 2001, and you can see a pattern here. From one technology to the other, it took almost 10 years for them to mature. Then 4G came 8 years after 3G, and more things started happening. Now 5G is coming. So this is when it started. Most of the companies took till about 2012, 13 to have 4G, and now 2020. So what we have is, we are already launching 5G in America. So in the US, it has been launched. There are companies that launched it in January this year. So it's already commercially viable technology. Now technical objectives: 1,000 times higher mobile data volume per area. So you can have the mobile tower, which can be 1,000 times more effective. Connectivity is quite high. Battery life is going to be 10 times longer. So you will have to charge your phone less, which means, Rashesh Saab, people would be consuming less power, everything to do with energy. So 5G is a good thing, and then of course 5 times reduce end-to-end latency. Now remember, what is latency is, there is generally a lag between the time the data leaves the device and the data reaches the other device. Okay, there is a time lag, and that time lag is going to become 50 times faster. So all these are quite common statistics you can find anywhere. So it's like driving more cars through a road. You will be able to talk more and do more things. Oops. Okay. Now, if you look at 5G's latency is going to be 1 millisecond. So the time it will take between two devices would be 1 millisecond, which is quite fast. You can't even blink faster than that. And of course, when we talk about Internet of Things, we will have connectivity of different devices, people communicating. Smart cities, we are talking about smart cities all the time. Well, we need some technology to transfer data in smart cities.